Today we are going to start to paper mache our milk jug masks. So last time you should have taped on all the pieces to create the form of the mask, and remember we talked about it wouldn't look that pretty yet because we're not super worried about colors or any details. So today we're going to cover it with newspaper and this paper mache substance to create something that looks like this. It's going to be covered with the newspaper, and that'll make it so we can paint on it. Right now, if we just try to paint on this plastic part, the paint would just chip off and wouldn't stick to it because this is a smooth surface, and if we get this papery surface, then the paint likes to stick to that. So this is the paper mache. It looks like dragon boogers. It looks like slime, and it's kind of fun to touch. And you are going to get it on your fingers today, but you're not going to cover your entire hands with it, of course, because artists, we get things on our hands, we get messy, but we don't dip our hands and cover it all over like lotion, because that would be wasteful for our art supplies. So we have ripped up some newspaper for you into strips, and you're going to dip the newspaper into the paper mache. Notice it's on this tray, so if it drips, the tray will catch it. And when you dip it in there, you're going to have way too much paper mache stuff, so you're going to have to rub it off with your hands. Okay? And then we're going to start putting it on, just like how you put the tape on last time. We're going to put it on to the mask, because this is going to give it extra strength too. So I'm smoothing it on, especially in areas where it's attached. And you can go around to the inside of your mask, but we don't need to worry about the paper mache the inside, because nobody's going to see that part. But if it goes around the edge, that'll keep things extra secure. So keep dipping it into the paper mache and rubbing it off, because it's going to be way too much if you don't. Okay? Now, if you are a person where this feels kind of gross to you, don't worry. You won't be with the paper mache on your hands all day, but don't get up and go wash your hands every time, because that also would be wasteful. So I'm smoothing it around, and I'm going over here. Like I said, I can put it on to the back side. Going different directions helps things be extra stable. Okay, and after a while, you're going to notice your mask gets really wet. When you've noticed you've put on a couple strips, maybe every 2 strips, you'll notice that it's so wet that you could just put a dry one on. Okay, do you see how wet that is? You can even take your hands and kind of rub it down. You don't want any bubbles sticking up. So after a while, you can just grab one with your hand, because your hand's all sticky, and you can put a dry layer on top of that. All right, so you're going to go every which way. Okay. And mine is really kind of slimy right now, so I'm putting an extra dry one on there. And I'm going to smooth it down. Eventually, there'll be 2 layers on here. Probably the first day, you'll only get 1 layer, and then on the second day, we will add another layer to make it extra hard until it dries like this. Okay? Now, if you have a blob of paper mache, let's say by accident some got right here on the tray, well, what you can do is use it. So it's not like toothpaste falling in the sink. You can actually use this stuff. So use your hands, use the paper, whatever, and rub it on there and put it on your mask. All right? At the end, you will be able to wash your hands. We will wash the tables down. We'll put lids on these, and we will put our masks in the back window with the rest of your class. Do not put them on top of each other, because you don't want them to stick and get stuck together.